Shabbat Shalom. How are you guys doing? I hope that you guys are having a great Sabbath wherever you are located in the world. I hope that you are safe and in the will of the Father. I want to talk to you about, the Most High just has me on this, and I can't let it go. It's like the Most High is speaking to me about the leadership idolatry that's rampant in what is known as the church. We need to be so careful, people. We really do need to be careful about idolizing the people that the Most High uses. Because you are signing their death certificate when you start worshiping flesh. Okay? Real talk. The Most High showed that to me months ago, if not at least a year or so ago. When we start idolizing and worshiping the vessels that the Most High uses, we are signing their death certificates. If you really love your leaders and you really are thankful for your leaders, you need to stop worshiping your leaders. Do you hear what the Ruach HaKodesh is saying? If you really love your leaders, if you love the Most High Yah first and foremost, let's get it in order. If you love the Most High Yah first, and you love the leaders, and you are thankful to the Most High Yah for using them, you will stop idolizing and worshiping them. How do I idolize and worship leaders, Winona? Okay, I'm glad that you asked. We do the pastor anniversaries. We do the church anniversaries. We give money to these people, money that we need, that's needed to minister to the needs of the people. And instead of taking the money and ministering to the needs of the people, we collect all kinds of offerings and pledges, and we give it to the leaders. We call them honorariums. Honorariums. That is honor that belongs to the Most High Yah. Most High Yah has given instructions and commandments to the church. Read your book of Acts on what it is that you're supposed to do with money, what it is you're supposed to do with the needs, the physical things that you collect. The word in the early church in the book of Acts, there was no rich saints and poor saints and middle class saints. Everybody brought their stuff to the church, and everybody just, hey, we're going to all have it in one big pot, and everybody's needs are going to be met. There was nobody who was homeless in the body. There was nobody who was hungry in the body. Whatever there was need, because they all took their goods and they brought it to the house. There were no tithes. They didn't collect tithes in the early church. Show it to me in the book of Acts one time. You can't find the word tithes in the book of Acts. Why? Because they did not collect tithes. We take it and we have these offerings and these honorariums, and we give it to the men and women that you call of God. And the Most High Yah never told you to do that. What he did say was that we're supposed to minister to the needs of the poor. But that's not being done in a lot of churches. We're collecting offerings, we're collecting tithes, and we're building all these church buildings. Yes, the word says to neglect not the assembling of yourselves together, but an assembling of people does not have to take place in $1 million edifice. The assembling of the saints does not have to take place in a building that costs thousands of dollars per month. When those are thousands of dollars and the millions of dollars and the taxes that are paid upon these edifices, can you imagine what would happen if all of that money was put into a pool and we were to actually start building homes for the homeless in the communities, if we were actually set up scholarships, housing for ex-cons of African descent who have a real hard time finding affordable quality housing after they get out. Or for those who are woke and realize that we're Israel, put that into a pool and start help and set up some sort of passage. Help people get their passports. Help people transport to the continent if they feel led to go to the continent. I don't understand Israelite communities that are spending money on buildings. Why are you spending all this money to stay here when you know that Babylon is fallen and you know that we're Israel? Anywho, I'm getting off topic. We do these things because we call ourselves honoring the leaders. But what's really happening is that we're idolizing the leaders. What's really happening is we're idolizing our assemblies. What's really happening is we're idolizing our churches and our denominations. And we're not hearing what thus saith the Most High Yah. But I challenge you to get along with the Most High Yah and hear what he has to say. The word says, he who hath an ear, let him hear what the Ruach HaKodesh is saying to the ecclesia, the called out ones, the called out ones. What are you called out of? Too many people in Israel, too many people in the so-called church don't want to be called out. You want to be included. You want to be included. When the ecclesia is called out of leader worship, called out of denominationalism, called out of fellowship with paganism, called out of false political moves, called out of Babylon, called out. That's the ecclesia. That's the church. That is the bride of the Hamashiach. You called out, baby. You called out. If you find yourself always trying to be included in something, you aren't the called out one. You are not part of the ecclesia. And that's why it's so easy for you to idolize and worship your leaders and your churches and your denominations. But I challenge you. Get an ear to hear what the Most High Yah is saying.